Have you ever gone to a restaurant and you order something, but then the waiter or waitress brings out the wrong dish and you're like, what? Confused. You're like, I didn't order this. Excuse me. Hello. This is not what I ordered. And you kind of respond accordingly, right? Now, you might see some people in the same situation who get embarrassed because they had to call someone over. And now everyone's like, oh. And then the waitress is upset and everybody's like looking, right? Or you might have seen people get irate and angry, like, come on, can't you do your job? Like, I told you this is what I want. What's the deal, right? You might even see a customer berate the other, like the waitress, like for getting it wrong. So you can see so many different reactions in people when they don't get what they want. Now, these are adults I'm talking about. What about our kids? So, mature brained, I'm going to say mature brained adults, age 25 plus, can act like this when they don't get what they want. Let's say it's food. Okay? So, my son this morning in bed, he had come into my bed last night, so we were talking about breakfast. Well, he told me what he wants for breakfast. I want a piece of banana bread and moon oranges, Mom. So moon oranges are mandarin oranges. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, good. So we were done. We talked about it. He told me what he wanted, and he remembered what he told me, right? So in the child's brain, hey, the parents or the caregivers, they should know. We already, I told her, this is what I'm expecting. This is what I, just like you go to the restaurant, you order, you expect to get what you ordered, right? So Daddy didn't know. My son's dad, my husband, didn't know that we had this conversation. So Dad went downstairs when it was breakfast time, and I was upstairs doing something and served him not moon oranges, served him black grapes. So just like you see some of those people in different restaurants get reactive, or maybe even like some people are like, whoa, did I just go crazy? I didn't actually order this, right? Like, that's like, we start to second guess ourselves. That's another reaction people might have in a restaurant. Did I say the right thing? So my son didn't get what he ordered right, for breakfast, what he told me. And I had agreed to, yeah, moon oranges and banana bread. So for him, big emotions came up, crying and wailing. And I wasn't downstairs. I could hear it. And I'm sure something might have gone flying, across the room. I don't know. Maybe. So he came upstairs. His daddy wasn't understanding, like, what's going on here. Just big emotions, okay? He came upstairs all the way. Must have been getting ready. Mom, and he's crying. Mom, Daddy didn't give me moon oranges. He gave me black grapes instead. And my son's 3, like lots of big tears. I'm like, okay, I understand. I hear you. When I come downstairs, I'll get you moon oranges, okay? I know we talked about it. We did talk about it. Right? So validation. He's like, okay. And he went downstairs, ate his banana bread, and I got him some moon oranges. Here's the deal. Did he eat his moon oranges? He was full with banana bread. And he's like, Mom, I'm full. I don't want my moon oranges. So now, pause button. This situation would potentially send many parents into the power over reactive response. Like, what are you made a big fuss about getting moon oranges, and now you're saying you're not going to eat them. Like, come on, you're going to sit down and you're going to eat them or whatever. Lots of different things could happen. I'm going to reverse quickly. Also, when I said, yeah, okay, sure, I'll get you moon oranges, because I know we talked about it, and Dad had served him black grapes, other parents in the situation, power over parenting style, would have been like, get over it. It's grapes. Eat it. I don't care. It's fruit. You're going to eat it. Don't complain. Don't be this. Don't be that. Who cares if it's moon oranges or black grapes? It's fruit. Eat it, right? So that could happen. Now, I'm going to say there was this TikTok video I saw months ago, right? This lady, so there's this conscious parenting coach who was talking or whatever on this TikTok video. And you know how you can splice videos on TikTok? She like cuts in, right? And she's like, what kind of BS is this? And she's like, older lady. Not that matters. It doesn't matter your age, but her mindset. And she was going off, and she's like, this is why we have soft people who can't do anything, and everybody's weak, and, they should just suck it up and, give them a couple smacks and whatever. And I'm watching this, and I'm like, wow. this is what we're up against. Me, when I say us, parenting coaches and people who are trying to shift the narrative for mental health are up against people who are saying, hey, smack your kids. Hey, tell them to suck it up. Hey, deal with it. These are kids. Kids. We have more information about child development and brain science today than we've ever had in history. Okay? We know for a fact hitting kids creates challenges in mental health. We know invalidating, negating a child's needs causes mental health challenges, emotional health challenges. Now you're like, when I was talking to my husband, reviewing the thing that happened with us in the morning, I said, it wasn't about the oranges. It didn't even matter if it was grapes or oranges, because he loves black grapes. My son loves black grapes. He thinks they're delicious, okay? It wasn't about moon oranges or black grapes. It was about the need to be heard and understood, period. The need for choice and autonomy, period. It wasn't freaking about the oranges or the grapes. It was about those pieces of what that child needs to be to matter in the world, in their parents' life, in their own life, to understand that, hey, what I want and need, and it's not oranges, it's the need to be heard, understood, have autonomy and choice. And we could even say freedom to some extent in this situation, right? So I said it wasn't even about the oranges. It was about the need to be heard and understood. And this is what happened. And I explained. What did this do? What did this allow for me and my son to experience? I validated him. I understood him. We served him what he requested. He's 3, so he could serve it himself, of course, when he's older. Okay? And he felt like, I matter here. I matter here. Why is this important, guys? This is so important. You tell a kid to suck it up. You smack them around just because they're not going to eat their one food that you happen to serve, that they're whining about or whatever. It's going to cause mental health challenges. But you validate them, you hear them, you understand them. And doesn't mean you cater to them everything that they want, ever. No, it's not about that. There are very important limits and boundaries we set with our kids. So, for example, we serve the grapes. Okay, we can eat the grapes later. We're not going to throw them out, right? So that's one of our limits and boundaries in our home is, this is what happened. We had a misunderstanding, and we're going to keep the grapes, and we're going to eat them later. Cool? Okay, sure, because he loves grapes. So I hope you're understanding. And there's so many pieces to what I'm saying is, 1, as an adult, when we don't get what we want, how do we act? 2, look at the narrative we're up against with people who truly, truly in their mind believe hitting kids and berating kids and belittling and shaming and criticizing and telling them to suck it up and get over it. That narrative is still big and rampant. And then you wonder freaking why mental health continues to decline in kids and humans and people. And then you wonder, why did I grow up to be a people pleaser? Why did I grow up to not even know what I need and understand how to meet those needs? So I'm now depressed. And if I'm depressed, my family is impacted because my kids are impacted when I'm depressed. Right? Or why do people get violent? Because they were never seen, heard, understood, and they were negated, they were criticized, they were shamed, they were blamed growing up. Right? So people picking up guns, people picking up their hand to hit somebody. There is always something underneath that behavior. I'm passionate. Can you tell? I think that's all for now. So it's important to understand what are the core needs of a human being. How do we put on our kid goggles? So what happens for me today? I put my kid goggles on, and that's how I knew what my child needed. And then I was able to meet that need and help them understand this is what you needed. And we met that need, and you can meet your needs for yourself as you get older. This is the kind of stuff I work on with people in my parent coaching practice. And it's completely changed the dynamics in my family, even between me and my spouse, because he's understanding my needs and I'm understanding his needs way more concretely, way more clearly than ever before. We have so much more peace in our home. Our kids feel seen, heard, validated. They want to be with us. And we want to keep this going through the teenage and young adult years. Of course, we adjust we don't parent a 3-year-old the way we parent a 16-year-old. We need to adjust. But the connection we're building by understanding needs, okay, what is our child's needs, putting on the kid goggles, is going to be magnificent. And it's going to literally shape how we grow and develop as a family. And if you want that for your family, feel free to reach out to me. I can offer a free parent coaching consult to support families. I'm very passionate about it. I got a lot of trauma in my background from the families I grew up. I'm going to say families because I have more than one family. Grew up in. And I went through a lot as a child. And I want to shift the narrative. And I want to make an impact on those mental health statistics and emotional health statistics. All right, sending you love. Send me a DM, send me a message, visit my website, whatever you need to get in touch, and we will try to support you.